if you don't understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything else that you understand will confuse you. That's a guarantee. That's not optional.
Good morning, good evening, and welcome back, world. And welcome to another episode of Politics, Economics, the Struggle to Survive in America. I'm your host. My name is Jerrald President. And today what I will be talking about, I was channel surfing, and I stopped on MSNBC, and his name is Professor Eddie Glaude. He's from Princeton University. And they was talking about the situation what just went down in El Paso, Texas, and in Dayton, Ohio, with individuals shooting up and killing multiples of people. And what he said, now again, this is a black man, highly educated, under the white supremacist definition of highly educated, the Ivy Leagues, what they consider highly educated. And he was chopping it up with, I think it was 4 or 5 of the other, television journalists, correspondents, whatever you want to call these individuals. And he was asked a simple question. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off my show with Professor Eddie Glaude answering this question, or attempting to enlighten these individuals that was on the show with him. So I just want you to listen very closely to what he says, okay?
I take your point. The questions have all been answered. What now?
It's a very difficult question, Nicole. I mean, America's not unique in its sins as a country. We're not unique in our evils, to be honest with you. I think where we may be singular is our refusal to acknowledge them. And the legends and myths we tell about our inherent, goodness to hide and cover and conceal so that we can maintain a kind of willful ignorance that protects our innocence. See, the thing is that when the Tea Party was happening, we were saying, pundits, it's just about economic populism. It's not about race. When people knew, social scientists were already writing that what was driving the Tea Party were anxieties about demographic shifts, that the country was changing, that they were seeing these racially ambiguous babies on Cheerios commercials, that the country wasn't quite feeling like it was a white nation anymore. And people were screaming from the top of their lungs, this is not just simply economic populism. This is the ugly underbelly of the country.
Now, when he said the underbelly of America, now what he was doing was he was trying to sugarcoat it and also make them understand the history and the realities of America. Now, this is from perspective and perception of a black man. And what he was doing, he was finessing it for him. See, now what I'm not going to try to finesse what he was saying. What he was saying was, the reality is, this has always been an American, and I'm going to say it again, an white male American form of civility, for a better word, civility. Now, I don't mean civility in the English definition of civility, because white supremacy don't understand what civility is. Their civility is, I'm going to find this new land that I was told about. I'm going to take it, and if those indigenous people resist, or if they are compliant, I'm going to still murder them, and I'm going to rearrange the history of that particular space of land that I've, commanded, occupied, any fancy way you want to use it. So that's what Mr. Glaude was doing. Now, it was in relation to what transpired in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. And to see how these white correspondents on television and how white America responds to these situations is always the same. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened in America. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened in America. This is what happens when you have a system that was based on a lie. I'm talking about the system of America. This place we call America. It's always been based on a lie. From the inception. Now what you see, you want to see? This is my shirt today. So today is a special day because this is when the Europeans decided to, want to say that this is when the first time the Africans was brought here. August 19th, 1619. So that's why my shirt is always descendant of a slave, 1619, hashtag my history. Now, once we was brought here, now I want you to understand something. We were already here. Now, if you want to go from when the Spanish arrived in Florida and we established St. Augustine, and you had people who look like me already here before the other Europeans touched down in Jamestown, Virginia, we was already here. But for the purposes of this, what we call American history now, we go forth from 1619, August 19, 1619. And for them to continue to act like this is just some anomaly, I want you to understand something. When they touched foot over here in America, they committed mass genocide on the indigenous people, whether they look like me or look like, what we consider now Native Americans, Indians, that's what they call these people, but they're not Indians, they're indigenous people. And we was already here with them. Now, for the purpose of the show, I'm going to cut that brief. I'm going to go back to the topic. Now, there's always been constant murder. That's a sport in this country with white men. It's always been a sport. I think what it is the history books have sugar-coated the treacherousness of white men. I'm not talking about all white men, no. And if I'm offended you, I don't really care if I'm offending you. Facts are facts. The indigenous people have disappeared. And you tried your best to exterminate myself and my ilk. But what's transpiring now is this nothing new. It's nothing new. And these same white men put those same guns on their own people who look just like them if you got in the way of business. Go look and see what Andrew Carnegie did. Go look and see what the Vanderbilts did. You understand what I'm saying? Go look what the Rockefellers did. The J.P. Morgans of the world. What they call the alleged robber barons. But this is before the robber barons. What do you think George Washington was doing? And Thomas Jefferson? What do you think that Andrew Jackson was doing in his Indian Removal Act? You think that these Native Americans was being removed because they wanted to be removed? No, because they was being taken. And we've been glossed over, and they was settling the new home front. But what's going on now is just they have rapid fire. Now, they had rapid fire back then when the Gatling gun was invented. But the way how Professor Glaude, he was trying to just, sugarcoat it because he was on regular television. And he knew that, he had to really be delicate with what he said. He had to be very delicate. I don't have to be delicate. I don't have to be delicate because I'm not on MSNBC. I'm not on CNN. I'm not on Fox News. See, America's perpetuated a lie consistently from the time that, they started writing this mythology in these books. All men are created equal with inalienable rights, while at the same time, I was considered 3/5 of a person. I was not a citizen till they fought a civil war and they had to pass the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to guarantee me citizenship. And then it took another 100 years for me to gain my full citizenship. But it was really at 25-year increments because, once again, in order for me to have the right to vote in the United States of America, the United States Congress has to approve, and they have to approve of me to be able to vote. See, what we like to do is we like to tap dance around real American history. And, they want to highlight, again, white men, because it's white men who are writing this. White women just benefit. But white men are the one who are crafting this narrative. This narrative that have their own people who look like them walk around like, they really invented shit. Like they really invented something. What they did, they was just constantly inventing lies. But this go back with the Greeks. This is how far this go back. This goes back to when the Greeks was being educated in Kush and Timbuktu. And they took that knowledge to Europe. So this is how far it goes back. We're talking about 2,000 years. But the way how Professor Glaude, hit them on game, I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. I'm not here to put Mr. Professor Glaude down. But it comes a point where we have to be honest about the history of America. We have to be honest about it. And we constantly keep running from the realities of what America is. It's a racist nation. It was built on white supremacy. It was built on subjugating myself, committing mass genocide against the indigenous population. That's what it was built on. You can't run from that. The Capitol, the White House, all those structures were built by people who look like me. The geometry, the architecture, that's Benjamin Banneker. But you're not taught that at schools. So it's not a coincidence that these white kids grew up believing that they built this nation. That's why when you see a Trump rally, and they had the audacity to tell those four ladies, they call them the squad, very disrespectful. There were four members of the United States Congress. And they told them, go home, go back to where you came from. How come no one ever realized and say, you know what? Where did these individuals come back? Because I guarantee you, I'm sorry, where did they come from? I guarantee you, 90% of those people that was in that audience, I'm guaranteed, 90% of them, their parents probably arrived in America at the turn of the 20th century. I guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. But understanding how it is in America, if that complexion lacks pigmentation or melanin, well, you can sort of merge into becoming a white American, which they do. What do they do? Hey, I live in Florida. Cubans then merge themselves and now they call themselves white. Now they try to hide it, but that's the how white supremacy. It makes you, if you have the capacity and you lack the scruples, you will become that chameleon. You will hide your identity and your culture because you don't want what's been done to me and of my ilk and of my, what they call it, a race, even though, they come from me. But it was fascinating to watch it. And I watched how he was very judicious in how he spoke because he knew, hey man, there could be ramifications if I really say what it is. And they were stunned. What's the word they like to use? Flabbergasted. That's how gangster America is, man. I just love it. I mean, we flipped the tables. These guys went in, this man, young white kid, went inside and murdered 20 plus people. 20 people. And then he was apprehended. Then the other individual in Dayton, Ohio, drops his sister off, goes back, gets strapped up, and just lets loose on people. And we act like it was mental illness. Yeah, it's mental illness. It's called white supremacy. That's what it is. It's a mental illness that's thinking you are better than everybody else and thinking that this land that was already here before you even got here belongs to you. And you have the audacity to tell people, go back to where you came from. So my hat's off to Professor Cloud. My hats are off because it was fascinating watching it and how they just looked stunned. And if you saw their faces, did you notice how they just looked like, wow, like they was getting a history lesson. Like, I did not know this. All the 15 and 16 and 17 years of my formal education, I did not know this. Because it was designed for them not to know. It's designed for them not to know this. But it's not like they can't go find this information out. You have Google, you have Bing, you have real history books that will enlighten you on this. But when you want to continue to stay in this matrix, so that's the power of the matrix that the white supremacists have constructed. It allows you to believe in a narrative of George Washington chopping down the cherry tree, of Abraham Lincoln really freeing the slaves, even though in the original Emancipation Proclamation, his draft, he was sending us back to Africa, Liberia. That's why he was sending us. Remember, that's the colony that the United States set up. You remember when 1884, when the Europeans sat together in, West Berlin? Yes, West Berlin. They constructed and carved up the whole continent of Africa. Well, that's what Abraham Lincoln was sending us back. You see, it's the mythology of America, but it's coming out. And I'm so thankful that we have the internet. I'm so thankful we have this platform that that you can sit in your house and you can spit this out to people, because we need to know, and our children need to know, because they're walking around in a trap. See, white America don't even realize they're in that rabbit hole, because they've been lied to since they came out of those caves. Yeah. Or after being enlightened by the Greeks from what they learned from the ancients in Timbuktu and Kush. See, that's what's so fascinating, that is coming to light. That's why I'm so happy. Let me step back again. 1690, baby, before 1690, 400 years. It's coming back, but what I'm going to do, now I'm going to get a part two.
Walking down on 42nd Street. Heard some white folks talking. Had a riot yesterday. 10 niggers died. Died, nigga. Say what? 10 niggers died. Yeah, died, nigga. Went down to Whitehall Street. Heard a sergeant reporting lots of niggers dying in Vietnam. Died, nigga. Died, nigga. Nigga died. Had to get away from niggers. Dying all the time. Went back up to Harlem. Heard a school teacher say, niggers sure are dumb. Almost like they're dead. Die, nigga, everywhere you go. Niggas dying. Niggas been dying for 400 years. Niggas dying with conked heads. Niggas dying in Ivy League suits. Niggas know how to die. Been dying for 400 years. Been practicing how to die. Niggas dying in prisons. Niggas dying on farms. Niggas dying in dirty rooms. Even learned how to die in mansions now. Big office buildings. Fancy dying. Niggas love dying. Build big funeral homes so dead nigga undertakers get rich burying dying niggas. Die, nigga. Niggas always trying to die. Niggas get shot. Die, nigga. Niggas get hung. Die, nigga. Niggas get lynched. Die, nigga. Niggas get tarred and feathered. Niggas get boiled in oil. Niggas get carried out of their own homes. Niggas watch their wives get raped. Watch their babies get stomped. Then niggas watch some redneck hunky stand over them and laugh. Laughing, talking about die, nigga. Actually laughing. Wine bottle in his hand, cigar in his mouth, laughing, talking about die, nigga. We're going and die, nigga. You've been dying for 400 years. Niggas know how to die. Niggas don't know nothing else but dying. Niggas dream about dying. Niggas plan beautiful lives for when they're dead. Die, nigga. Nigga preachers tell niggas about heaven. Got to die first. Die, nigga. Niggas love dying. Niggas watch dying on TV. They love it. Niggas watch other niggas die. They love it. Niggas watched Emmett Till die. Niggas watch Mac Parker die. Niggas watch James Chaney die. Niggas watch Bobby Hutton die. Niggas watch Medgar Evers die. Niggas watch niggas die. Niggas watch niggas die. Niggas, 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 niggas die. 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 Niggas. So black folks can take over.